Hmm. Well, here's something I always dreamed of seeing at the age of 13. Michael Jackson and Cher. Hmm. Yeah. Both of my two favorite singers together in one picture. Oh! Hi. Yeah. You know what this means. What I'm about to talk about today is Michael Jackson. Not a rant, not me talking about Michael Jackson, but I want to talk about, is Michael Jackson still alive, or is he somewhere alive out there? Or is he just plain dead? I don't know. Let's just talk about this video. Now, for anyone that says anything, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Hell, I'm not even saying I'm trying to, be right or wrong in this video. All I'm basically saying is, it's just my theory. It's just my hunch, and it's just that. One sec. So let's talk about the day that Michael Jackson died. Actually, no. Everybody's talking about that. Well, we're going to talk about two things so far. My theory of two things. One, Michael Jackson's killer, or in other words, Dr. Conrad Murray. We're going to talk about him. And also Michael Jackson's funeral. That's going to be the second thing we're going to talk about. Now let me just go into details. Dr. Conrad Murray. Yes, the man who is now known as the man that killed Michael Jackson. Or pretty much the guy who pretty much doesn't know if he can go outside, is not knowing, really, like, what job is he going to get nowadays after he's killed the king of pop? Where can this guy go without people saying or calling him, "You murderous asshole"? But anyways, so let's talk about the day he went to court, or several things that went to court during the time. So pretty much, yes, let's just talk about another thing. He only got 4 or 2 years in prison. Really? This man, only 4 or 2 years in prison. I'm having a hard time understanding that. So, pretty much, he was found guilty for involuntary manslaughter and only gets 4 years or 2 years in prison. Wow. Now, let me just say this. A black guy, a black man, pretty much. Now, for anyone who says anything, no, I'm not racist towards my own kind, but I'm just saying, a black man being fined for involuntary manslaughter. Now, let me just get this out there, simply. Involuntary manslaughter means murder. Murder. Okay? Complete, utter murder. So pretty much he killed Michael Jackson, and pretty much he was found guilty for killing him. But let me just tell you this. I'm not saying that he should get the death sentence or life in prison, but involuntary manslaughter still means murder. I'm not even joking about that. It still means murder. And also, this guy and this guy, Now, if you remember this guy from the Boston bombing, and you remember this guy from the Dark Knight Rises shooting, let me tell you something about this. Now, I don't hear any comments saying, but he was a first-time offender. No. The kid from the Boston bombing was a first-time offender. The man who shot those people at the Dark Knight Rises in the theater was a first-time offender. So I don't want to hear anybody saying that tell me something. This makes no sense. That kid gets the death sentence. This man gets life in prison. But Dr. Conrad Murray only gets 2 years or 4 years in prison? I'm having a hard time understanding this. No, I really am. I'm really having a very hard time understanding this. So like I said, I'm going to repeat myself one last time. Involuntarily manslaughter means murder. Meaning he murdered Michael Jackson. But come on. I think seeing how Jermaine and LaToya are saying that he was a fall guy actually is convincing right there. Him being a fall guy. Think about it. He's a fall guy. Now let me say this. Dr. Conrad being found guilty was almost 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, meaning he's probably out, or he's probably, well, who cares? But seeing that he is a fall guy really kind of means that, well, like I said, or like the two of them said, he's a fall guy. Yeah. But let me just get this. There has been no mentioning of who was involved with Michael's murder or who was involved in killing Michael Jackson. So pretty much, I'll just accept the fact that he's a fall guy. That the Jacksons basically hired just to basically be the man to take the fall or something like that, yeah. So like I said, just a theory. Not saying it's true or not true. Just my theory. And let's talk about the funeral scene. Now yes, everyone in the whole entire world, this country, and all over the place, all over this whole entire planet, knew about Michael Jackson's funeral. They saw it, they watched it. But I'm not gonna, now, here's a couple of things I want to mention. 2 things, and this is one thing that someone on their own channel or their own video pretty much pointed out, that the Jacksons, when they were all huddling up together like this, pretty much they were laughing. Now, I'm not the one to say that I laugh at a funeral, but I just wanted to say this. A family member or family members laughing at their own family member's funeral sounds pretty suspicious right there. I'm just saying. I was really just saying. Let me just tell you this. If people will find it weird if I laughed at a funeral, yes. But seeing how they're laughing at a funeral, at their own center of attention's funeral, that's kind of proof right there that he's probably alive, or he probably was at the funeral. Let me just tell you this. Another thing I find very weird, Jackson died from cardiac arrest, meaning that his face shouldn't be messed up. See, here's something you should know.
Now, I'm not the one to say I know what happens when it comes to funerals, but if your face is literally messed up, like let's just say, for example, you were shot in the back of your head and the bullet goes through your forehead, completely, yeah, your face is messed up. Or say, for example, you were stabbed in the face. Or say, for example, if your face is completely messed up or jointed up or fucked up in general. But let me tell you this: you're going to have a closed casket. I've been to funerals a few times. Remember, I said a few times. But when you have a closed casket, that means they were shot in the face or their face is messed up. But if you die from a heart attack, your face shouldn't be that messed up. Or it shouldn't be messed up, period. A heart attack means it attacked your chest. It doesn't have to do nothing to your face.
Anyways, despite that, why a closed casket? Cardiac arrest is still technically a heart attack, but think about it. Why a closed casket? Think about that. A closed casket from a cardiac arrest attack? No. Like I said before, no, that does not make sense. And also, last but not least, Paris Jackson. Well, Paris Jackson's crying. Now, I'm not being a heartless bastard for right now. I'm not being heartless, because to be honest, I kind of found it sad how she was crying. But thinking about it, you really don't see any tears or anything like that. You can see that she's literally just fake crying. Now, I'm not being heartless. I'm not being completely heartless. So pretty much, Paris, your daddy died, and you're gonna fake cry like that? I'm sorry. I know I had nothing against Michael's daughter or any of his family, but I'm just saying, put some tears in your eyes for one thing. But never mind that. So pretty much the funeral may have given us like 3 or maybe 4 points on what actually happened or what actually didn't happen. But let me just say this. Could it be possible that Michael could be alive out there? It could be possible. But like one dude said, Michael Jackson is still alive and he's in hiding. Leave him alone. And like LaToya said earlier this year on the day he died, let's leave Michael Jackson left to rest. So there may be details that he might be alive, but the family's not saying shit. We can guess shit, but it's time to leave Michael Jackson to rest. So thank you for today's video. So pretty much, yeah, I am going to be coming up with a new series called This Is Underrated pretty soon for next month. So I don't know when or the time I'm going to do it. So pretty much, we're going to have some fun this year with that. So pretty much, Vertical Spy, outro.
Look at this.
Yeah, something I will definitely put on my wall.